Greetings all. Well, today I'm going to present a video about gangway lifestyle and kind of what it's like over, say, a year's time of what it's like on my gangway anyway. You know, when we get into YouTube and we start watching these sailing videos, we all imagine us with bikini clad girls and sailing to far off lands. Well, mine's a little bit different. I'm fairly recent to the Marina lifestyle, maybe about 4 years or so now going on. And I came from, living in a small cabin in the woods to then moving down to the ocean and adopting this kind of boating lifestyle and such. And I found it very, very rewarding, especially with the companionship, fellow boaters. That's the one bond that kind of ties us all together, is that we all like boating and we all like the ocean and we all like the little environment. So I'll give you a little glimpse of what kind of goes on around the marina and along my gangway. And of course, your lifestyle could be as varied as anything, and this is just how my lifestyle goes. Well, if you're a follower of my channel, you know that I spend a lot of time working on boats, and yeah, that's part of the gangway lifestyle. It's something I enjoy. I'm a putzer by nature, so I always like doing things, and also I like helping other people out. And likewise, the boating community is really good about helping each other out. Everybody has their own individual talents, and we all kind of help each other out in various ways. And it's one of the enjoyments and the thrills and the excitement of meeting a lot of new people, again, all tied through this boating lifestyle.
Hawaiians over there. Hey Bob, look, there's some Hawaiians. Let's go say hi.
When I first started getting into the marina lifestyle, I knew there'd be a flow to it, but I didn't realize how important the social aspect of it was. And that became really, really apparent in time management, so to speak. But it's always this buzz, this excitement when holidays come along, because then the gangway comes alive. We see people that we haven't seen very often. Yes. Friends and family come to visit, and we have a lot of fun. And that's one of the neat enjoyments about this, is that I came from a fairly social background in my work environment, but now I get to kind of have it in my retirement with the gangway environment. So it's always fun, and holidays are always a big deal.
Happy 4th of July!
Welcome to Torca!
Every once in a while, something really neat happens. And in this case, the former boat owner of my buddy's boat came along, and he's 90 years old, and he used to be the Commodore of the local yacht club. And he wanted to trade a ride over to the 4th of July celebrations at the yacht club, and in lieu, he treated us to dinner. So we had a really great time, and it was interesting to hear some of his old stories and such that he had about his former boat. Well, one thing that's neat about being in a marina is messing about in boats. And every marina has kind of its own flavor. And we're in a fairly large recreational marina, but we're also surrounded by a lot of commercial activity, the Port of Los Angeles and the Port of Long Beach. We're also nearby to another marina called Alamitos Bay. So we have a lot of boating activity going on. And it's really kind of neat to give this vibe to the area. I mean, one thing that we're host to is the Congressional Cup, which is a precursor to America's Cup, and we get to see some of the America's neat talent out there competing against each other. Also, if you've seen my other videos, we have Transpac that goes on every other year. And the vibe that happens for the month or month and a half, 2 months leading up and following this is something to behold. So it's really neat to get out there and get about. Also, again, we have a large commercial activity here. Port of Los Angeles and the Port of Long Beach, one of the busiest ports in the western United States. And it's neat to see the container activity going on with that. So we have a lot of neat boat porn, so to speak, to actually go and check out. So there's a lot of activity around this area, and it makes this neat little vibe to the whole kind of boating aspect to it. Also, hey, we're hosts of the Pacific Ocean, and the Pacific Ocean is the largest wilderness on our planet. So we have all that, and we also have, even though we think of Southern California as being very commercialized and very urban and very developed, there's also a lot of wild places nearby. Of course, you know, we're home to Catalina Island and the Channel Islands around our area, so it gives us a lot of areas to kind of explore. You know, who needs to go off and see the world? Well, you know, we kind of have it here, and with our commitments on the mainland, it sure makes for a nice little respite and an easy getaway to get out there and explore some of the wild places. One thing that I found really interesting about fellow boaters is we have boaters from all over the place, not only Southern California, but Arizona, Nevada, Utah. This is Jim. He's kind of new aboard, and he's from Utah, and so he's kind of in our circle right now. Sometimes we run into famous people, even famous YouTubers, and one of the things that kind of everybody does is they help each other out. If you're a new boater, hey, the best thing to do is ask for help, and there's people out there that are willing to help. Teach you how to drive a boat and get accustomed to your boat, and that's the big thing. Of course, not everything is sunshine and flowers, and sometimes the weather breaks down, and that's when the community really comes together. Make sure everybody's doing well, whether you're a live aboard at your boat or you're an occasional on the gangway, or if you're not there. We all kind of keep an eye on each other. It's kind of that mariner's idea that you're out there to help people in need, and make sure that everybody's having a good time. Nobody likes to not have a good time. It's all about fun, and if you're not having a good time, let somebody know, and we'll see if we could take care of that. So occasionally, yeah, the weather breaks down, and everybody, the community comes together and starts watching out for each other and seeing what we could do to make the accommodations and make sure damage to property isn't very extensive and stuff, but we try our best, and it always leads to some interesting time, and definitely is not the kind of the glory part of gangway life. Well, of course, owning a boat is a lot of work. I mean, the marine environment is pretty harsh, and there's always something to do on a boat. Like they say, break out another 1,000. Well, it doesn't necessarily have to be that bad, but, you know, we can't have all work and no play. And that's, again, one of the neat things about the marina life is that you get to make friends and companionships and start to go on these adventures and stuff, especially as people are starting to get their learning curves going. Always makes it a poor excuse for getting a bunch of people together and going out and doing some boating. We're fortunate we have the Channel Islands right nearby, so it affords a lot of opportunities. And of course, we have Catalina. May have seen my Avalon video or my Two Harbors videos, and you know that, hey, this is a quick getaway, and when the weather's nice, away we go. So it's always fun to hop over to the islands for a few days and such, and see what's going on. Hey, when friends come to visit, boaters and stuff, you know, they're always looking for somebody to hand on their boat. Sometimes you just want to relax and enjoy the companionship of other people while somebody else does the driving, so to speak. So it's always good to get the nice little quick getaway, and we're really, really fortunate to have this so close by. I mean, I'm kind of envious of those folks in Florida. You got the whole Caribbean, you got the Bahamas, you got Bermuda, all these places nearby that you could go out and have adventures. Well, we don't quite have that, but we do have our Channel Islands, so we like to get over to Catalina at least several times a year and see what's going on there and have boat meetups and such over there. So it's always a nice thing to have, and it's definitely one of the attractions to being slipped down here in Southern California. Well, one hobby I kind of enjoy, as well as some of my gangway mates do, and that's fishing. Of course, here with the ocean, the bounty of the sea provides for us in many different ways. Some of the guys on the gangway, I could think of Marco and I could think of Ben, are some really good fishermen. So get to learn from them and get out there and go out offshore on maybe a couple-hour adventure to up to a 72-hour adventure to far off waters to try and slay the big ones. It's always fun going out in the open ocean and trying to find them fishing grounds and see what kind of catch and what bounty there is to be had. Of course, fishing takes its toll on the body, and it's always fun to be able to sleep out at sea. Ben is a spear fisherman and has had a lot of luck along with our other gangway buddy Mark, and the scallops and the lobster they catch are always a delectable delight that we get to have during the season, and we always look forward to our wild feasts of the bounty of the sea. Well, as our year on the gangway comes to an end, we celebrate with the end of the season holidays and such. And I hope you enjoyed this video to give you a little bit of an insight of what it's like, life at the marina and hanging around the gangway and enjoying the boating lifestyle and some of the things that can be had. I sure enjoy it. And I appreciate all my subscribers that are along for the ride. We'll catch you next time. You guys have a great year. Bye-bye.